ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. Namaskar to all of you. Welcome to the class on the science of worship. Last class there was some sudden disruption. Abruptly things were stopped because of some technical problem. We are continuing it from today, showing the mudras and repetition of the mantras. Maybe some people thought it was inappropriate, so the whole class was stopped. Never mind, afterwards we showed it was the mantras, it was the puja vidhanam, the science of worship. So it was again reversed back. So today we will continue from the place where we had left. Last time we were discussing about the uh, Samanya Arghya. So in that I was about to explain what is the inner significance, what are the deeper meaning of this Samanya Arghya. We were telling about the Avaguntana Mudra, and we were telling about in the end of the Samanya Arghya, we get the Avaguntana Mudra and the Matsya Mudra. I was explaining about that and suddenly it got cut. Okay, now I will, so here also we are covering the Samanya Arghya which has been prepared here with this mudra like this. It's a what do you call spiritual or mental covering by the mantra that no other things should fall into that Samanya Arghya, so it should not become impure. So we discussed about that. Then Dhenu Mudra, I showed you how to put the Dhenu Mudra, and I explained about that too. Showed the picture of Dhenu Mudra. So the easy posture. This is I explained to you in the last time too. The Dhenu Mudra. Then we were into the while we are telling the Dhenu Mudra, which is used to make the water which is used for puja, convert it, transform it into Amrita, nectar, Amrutikaran Mudra. It's also called another name for that mudra is Amrutikaran Mudra. Then the Bija Mantra which we have to repeat at that time is VAM. 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 I had given the details in the last class. Then we have to feel that the whole that water which we are using in the puja is becoming nectar like Amrutikarana. Then we have to do Matsya Mudra. I showed you it is just like a fish. So the palm of the right hand should be below and the left hand on the top. So just like the fish like this. Then we have to count here. You know, our gurus, while they give us a mantra diksha, we are taught to count here in the hand like this. Okay. So with the ring finger, we start the center of the ring finger like this. 1, 2, 3. End of the what you call the small finger. Then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the way our gurus show us how to do mantra on the palm. Okay, I'll show it again. Here we have to repeat Om 10 times. So I'll show it on the finger how to repeat it. 1 Om on the center of the ring finger. Okay, then below bottom of the ring finger Om 2 times. Then again third time on the at the bottom of the little finger Om, middle of the ring small finger. So bottom of the small finger, middle of the small finger, then top of the small finger. How much has it become? Om, Om, we have repeated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then top of the ring finger 6. Then top of the middle finger 7. Top of the index finger 8. Then middle of the index finger 9. Then end of the index finger, that is 10. So we have completed 10. This is the way we have to count on the palms. So the mantra here used is Om. Om, 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 Om. So that is to be done in the Matsya Mudra. So I showed you how to make Matsya Mudra like this. Then we have to do it on the what do you call, we are showing it on the Samanyarghya, the Kosha and Kushi, which is filled with water. We have invoked the all the 7 rivers into it. On that we have to do that. Then we have to chant, placing it on that thing, on the vessels, Kosha Kushi. We have to tell the mantra, count the mantra below. Om, 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 Om. I've showed how to count Om, 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 like this. Then again do it. So this is the Matsya Mudra. So I explained to you also about Matsya Mudra. I'll take you back and tell the details of Matsya Mudra and why do we do the Matsya Mudra, what is the significance of Matsya Mudra. I'm going to explain it now. So Matsya Mudra, I'm explaining about Matsya Mudra. Placing the left palm over the back of the inverted right hand, move the thumbs like the fins of the swimming fish, keeping the other fingers stretched straight. This mudra is used mainly for the purpose of doing japa. Just now I explained it to you how to do the japa of Om, and some other places we are asked to do different bija mantras or mantras, so that has to be done accordingly. This mudra is used mainly for the purpose of doing japa of some specific mantras during puja, keeping count on the fingers of the right hand. At this time, the right hand should be kept covered, which is what this mudra essentially accomplishes. So that is Matsya Mudra. I gave you a brief description of Matsya Mudra. I will also give you a brief description of what is Dhenu Mudra. Last time also I had given you the description. I am going to Dhenu Mudra now. So Dhenu Mudra, crossing the fingers of both the hands. Yeah, it is shown on the screen. Dhenu Mudra is crossing the fingers of both the hands. Join the tip of the little finger of the one hand with that of the ring finger of the other hand, and the tip of the forefinger of one hand with that of the middle finger of the other hand. Keep the thumbs of both the hands joined together. This is Dhenu Mudra. So significance of that mudra, I had explained it. Again, I am going to explain what it is. This mudra represents the udder of the celestial cow, Kamadhenu. This mudra represents the udder of the celestial cow, Kamadhenu, whose milk is considered nectarine, Amruta. By showing this mudra, the worshipper makes the item of worship, that is offerings, whatever we show this mudra upon, becomes nectarine. Hence, this mudra is also called Amruti Karana Mudra. Whatever thing or substance on which you show this mudra, repeating that Varuna Bija Mantra or Amruti Karana Bija Mantra Vam, you will be, it is given there underneath that mudra, there the Bija Mantra Vam is written in English. So repeating that Bija Mantra, single syllabled mantra is called Bija Mantra, seed syllable. So Vam, we are repeating that, we will show this Dhenu Mudra, then whatever substance we show becomes nectar-like, nectarine, nectar-like. So it becomes nectar-like, Amruta. Amruta means, Mruta means death, Amruta means immortal, immortality. So Vam is the Bija Mantra, then we are showing the Dhenu Mudra. So Dhenu Mudra is used to convert, transform anything on which we show into nectar or Amruta. So it's also called Amruti Karana Mudra. Okay, I have explained all these mudras, meaning, significance. So now I also told you that is it indicates the udder of the cow, celestial cow, Kamadhenu. Okay, now we shall come back to the deeper meaning of this thing, that is Samanyarghya. the first class I also told you that while we are doing Manasa Puja, we have to utter this mantra. What is that? Mahanirvana Tantra shows that how to do the internal worship of Adya Shakti or Divine Mother. Internal worship, Manasa Puja. So in that we have to tell this mantra. The meaning I am going to chant. Om. Offer the heart lotus at the seat as the seat for the Divine Mother. The nectar originating from the Sahasrara, the thousand petal lotus, in the head as the water for washing her feet. And for Arghya, offer your mind, offer the same. So, offering of Arghya means you have to offer your mind. I told you I also explained about different meaning of Arghya. The common meaning we do Arghya is giving of oblation in the form of water or Madhuparka nectar to any respected person or venerated person or gods or goddesses or the Pitrus, the ancestors. So this is called Arghya. To Surya also we give Arghya, it's called Surya Arghya. Like that there are different meanings of Arghya. And also when we give Arghya, we make it Samani Arghya here. That is the general Arghya and pour that water at the feet of the Lord or to the hand or to wash the mouth, all those things. So from the Samani Arghya. And before puja in our Ramakrishna Ashrama tradition, we place the bilva leaf. I told you how to prepare arghya, another type of arghya, that is the bilva leaf on which we apply sandal paste, both red and white. Then we put the akshata, the rice on it. Then we put the durva grass, which has 3 foliate on it. Then we keep flower, multi-petal flower, hibiscus or aparajita or anything, multi-petal flower. Then the whole thing, that the bilva leaf with the sandal paste applied, red and white, then akshata placed on it on all the 3 leaf, then the durva grass on it, then the hibiscus. The whole thing represents our mind. So offering this arghya at the feet of the Lord, touching it at different places, different bodies, different limbs of the deity, and then placing it at the feet. That means we are offering our mind. This arghya is indicative of our mind. It represents our mind. That means before doing puja or at the time of puja, we are indicating that we are offering everything to you. We are totally surrendering at your feet, O Lord. So that indicates that while doing puja or all the time when we are thinking of God, we should give all the whole mind to God. That is the indication. So now here in the Samanyarghya, we told that in the Manasa Puja it is told the inner meaning can be seen there. Offering the heart lotus as the seat for the Divine Mother, asana for her to sit. What is to be offered? Our heart lotus. Externally we keep some asana, or externally we put some shivalinga, or below that we even sometimes give asana to sit. Those are all the things that internally, the internal significance of giving the asana is you have to give the heart lotus as the seat. Okay, then the nectar amrita originating from the Sahasrara chakra. I explained to you about the Sushumna Nadi, the backbone. There are 2 nerves on the left side, Ida and Pingala on the right side. Then in the center we have a hollow canal that is called Sushumna Nadi, empty canal, hollow canal, like a pipe. So now the topmost point of that, that is the end of the head here, where we have the shika. Generally we have the stuffed of a shika. Brahmacharis will have it or the Brahmana priest will be having it. So that is called, the place is called Sahasrara. That is the last topmost chakra, where for an ordinary human being who has not realized God, there will be a lotus drooping down like this, the thousand petal lotus. That is the seat of Guru and Paramatma, Ishvara. So the Lord, highest Lord, Parabrahma, that is, or Shiva or Guru, that is the place. So then coming down a little, we place this tilaka or we place this vermilion or sandal paste here. I am putting it here in between the eyebrows. That is the Agna Chakra, exactly behind in the column, that Sushumna column behind this eyebrows. That place is called Agna Chakra. two petal lotus will be there. So that is called Agna Chakra. Then below, exactly at the throat here, behind going to that Sushumna canal, there exactly at that point, there will be the Vishuddha Chakra. Then coming to the heart region, here below, this thing from here to here, that is the heart chakra. That is the Anahata Chakra. So Anahata Chakra is a place where the Atman, our Jivatman resides. So we also meditate generally at that place. So this lotus is to be given as a seat or asana for the Lord to reside in the puja. So now we'll go to the bottommost, that backbone, that is the Sushumna canal. The bottommost thing is similar, that bone is similar, or that the last one, Muladhara Chakra, is triangular in shape. That's why it's called Mula Shringata. If you ask even medical doctors, they will tell the backbone is similar to the shape of a triangle. So it's called Mula Shringata. Shringata means triangle in Sanskrit. So it is triangular in shape. So the bottom point, okay. So that is the Muladhara Chakra. It is the seat, or it is the place where Divine Mother in the form of Kundalini. There is also color of that chakra, red in color. So that's why you can see the Divine Mother usually wears red color. And also that is the place for Ganesha. Muladhara Chakra is also place of Ganesha, where Divine Mother resides. She too will be there. That's why you may note that Ganesha also likes red color. Rakta Chandana Charchitam, Rakta Vastranu Liptangam, Rakta Gandhai Supujitam. So in Ganesha Tarvashirsha, we can see Ganesha is worshipped with red sandal paste, with red flowers, and he has red cloth. All these things are told. So the Muladha, that is the place where Ganesha resides, Divine Mother in the form of Kundalini and Ganesha's place. So the bottommost, that is in the triangular in shape. And the next one, just behind the sex organs, in the Sushumna canal, that is the Muladhara Swadhisthana. So above that chakra is the exactly behind our navel. So that chakra is called, in that Sushumna canal, that is called, that place, it's called, that chakra is called Muladhara Swadhisthana Manipura. So the navel chakra is called Manipura. And above, top of that is, after that chakra is, I explained you, coming from the top to the bottom, the Anahata, the heart chakra. Now, why did I explain all this chakra? It will be very helpful for you now. We are creating this whole thing, a human being, ourselves, there in the Samanyargya. To explain that, I gave you all these things. Okay, now you can understand better. Now, in the Samanyargya, what did we do first? We wrote a diagram. What was that in the diagram? What did we write first? We wrote the triangle, isn't it? Then we wrote a concentric triangle, then circle, then the concentric square. 2D diagram, isn't it? So the triangle represents our Muladhara Chakra. As I told you, triangle is the last Muladhara Chakra below the Sushumna canal. So it is representing our Muladhara Chakra, where the Kundalini Shakti resides. And the next chakra is represented here in the form of circle. That is the next one. After the what you call Muladhara, it is Swadhisthana. The next chakra, Swadhisthana. Then the square represents in the diagram, the next above chakra, that is behind the navel. What is that? What did I tell? It is the Manipura. So these are the three chakras. What are they? Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura. Now what did we do to that? We worshipped as Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Adhara Shakti Adipyo Namaha. So what did we tell? The Adhara, the basis. So the whole world is now run when the mind is at these three centers, the lower centers. So the first spiritual experience, or you are moving in the spiritual, this thing is when that Kundalini rises and goes beyond this Manipura and goes to the higher chakra, that is the Anahata. So with a very small portion of this Muladhara, that chakra, what we are having, that Kundalini rising we can manage all these things at these three chakras itself. That is its Adhara Shakti. It is the basis, the whole world, whatever we are doing now, eating, sleeping, all the work, so much of reading, that and this education, everything is done. The mind, the plane of consciousness, our mind residing at these three chakras. So it is Adhara, it's the basis. So when you do sadhana, purify your mind and raise your mind next to the higher chakras, Anahata, so then you will be having, you will be going to the higher metaphysical level. This is all the physical level. We are at the physical level. That's why it's called Adhara Shakti. We worship it. Okay. And the diagram also is representing all the three things. This thing up to this level. Then we have to make the God sit in the heart lotus. That's why we always, our gurus, they ask us to meditate in the heart lotus. So to raise your consciousness from these three lower chakras, always procreation, then what do you call, entertainment, materialistic joy, eating, sleeping, all the other things, whatever you're doing every day in your life is only at these three levels, the lower levels of the chakra. That is, what is this chakra? It is plane of consciousness. At what level your mind is working, that's all, nothing else. So then rising above yourself up to the next level, that is the Anahata chakra, you're going up, the plane of consciousness is going up. So that's why we are asked to meditate in the heart lotus. So now this, what do you call, kosha and kushi, the kosha, the vessel which we are keeping that water. So that represents the heart, the next chakra we are placing on that. Then on the top, we are placing at the neck of that as the arghya. So then it is representing the Vishuddha chakra. Then the mind, the whole mind, Vishuddha chakra, Agna chakra and Sahasrara is represented by that mind. So we are placing all that there. So now we are converting that, the water in the kushi, into nectar. We invoked all the 7 rivers into it from the solar orb by the what do you call, Ankusha Mudra, then repeating the mantra Om Gange Yamune Chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmade Sindhu Kaveri Jalayasmin Sanidin Kuru. We bought all the site of pilgrimage, the what do you call, mm, the waters, the pure waters from that solar orb, which are very pure, into that water here. Wherever we told that mantra and showed the Ankusha Mudra, they all got invoked there. Then what did we do after we worshipped that? Then we told, now we have come to this point where we were doing, showing the Avaguntana Mudra and all those things. What is that? What did we do there during that time? So the water is purified. We put some fragrant flowers, sandal paste, as well as some rice and worship it, putting it into the water. Then what did we do? We showed Avaguntana Mudra. What did we told the mantra whom. I told you that is a mystic syllable, single word syllable, bija mantra, that is whom. That whom now is used while meditating in the Bhuta Shuddhi to activate, to raise, to awaken Kundalini. We will come to that Bhuta Shuddhi. At that time, I'll again explain the significance of that whom, that mantra. And when we tell that Bija mantra, Kundalini will be awakened. Just to awaken Kundalini, we tell that mantra. In Bhuta Shuddhi, it is used whom. So now we did the Avaguntana Mudra, and I told what is the meaning of Avaguntana Mudra. You are covering the whole thing with that wheel so that nothing will fall into it, no vikna or obstacles will fall into it or come to that. Isn't it? So it's a spiritual covering, it's a mental covering. But what is the significance? I told you it is used while we are covering the wheel on the head. The mothers in our olden days used to cover the head. Even today, those mothers who are wearing it, we will do it while they are opening it and covering it. So what is the significance of this Avagantana Mudra? It is to transform. You are either covering the wheel of knowledge, or it is uncovering of the wheel of ignorance. So what is that? You are covering the wheel of knowledge. Now you are considering this water, transforming this water into Amrita. It is not now ordinary water. By doing Dhenu Mudra and telling the Bija Mantra Vam, Varuna Bija Mantra and other things, You are transforming that water into amrita, nectar. It becomes nectar. So this wheel of knowledge is covered, okay, by this Avaguntana Mudra, by telling whom? By activating or by awakening Kundalini. You are now feeling that this water is not ordinary H2O molecule of water. It is all the sacred rivers have assembled there. Then you are invoking nectar, Amrita. It has become Amrita, deathless, immortal. What is Amrita? Atma, Guru Atman. So now that Amrita nectar by Dhenu Mudra and then covering it with Matsya Mudra. So now we are also removing the wheel of ignorance that this is ordinary water, matter. But we are considering that as Atma Swarupa, Amrita, nectar like. So that is the significance in doing all these mudras. Okay, now we are, while doing the mudras, while thinking of the meaning of the mudras, now our mind will start thinking this not as an ordinary water. Here afterwards, while doing puja, we should consider all this water which we are using here is not ordinary H2O or molecule of water, but it is nectar, amrita. That's why these mantras are used for our mind to feel so intensely. You get so much of faith, you get conviction. So now you came to know what is the significance of mudra and doing all these things. The whole Samanyargya, you are recreating yourself here because we have to give the nectar of the Sahasrara. So you are recreating yourself. So the heart, in the heart, the nectar, Atman or the Amrita which is collected in the heart lotus, you are taking that and giving. So you are recreating all the chakras in the Samanyargya. I told you the triangle, the square, the circle, all this represents our the lower chakras. Then we are creating our heart chakra, anahata. Then through the arghya and other things, we are creating the whole man in a simple way. That's why it's called samanya arghya. While we are offering water and this thing, it is not ordinary water. What is the water we are using here? It is amrita. It is nectar, which is in the Sahasrara chakra, which we have to offer everything. I repeated you about the Manasa Puja, internal puja, and I explained what is the meaning, internal meaning. Okay? For meditation, that will be very, very useful. And here, even while doing external worship, with all the dravya, with all the articles, you have to feel that your mind should gradually feel that. That is very important. Bhavana. Yad bhavam tad bhavati. Your feeling is very, very important. So that is the aspect of Samanyargya. I think you have got some inkling about what is Samanyargya. So now we'll go forward to the next step. Is the next step. What is the next step? Dwara Puja. How can you say I'm taking you from step by step. The first one is what you call the mantra. We told the Achamana, then Samanyargya Sthapana. Then the next step is Dwara Puja. You can note it down step by step. Step 1, step 2, step 3, like that. You can, if when you are writing the notes, you can write it down. Now we are going to the next step, that is Dwara Puja. What is Dwara? So in English, it is translated as Dwara Puja. As it is given on the screen. You can see the next step also is given. You can note them. You can write it down too if possible, or else you can photograph that, or you can record it, whatever. So the next step is Dwara Puja. After Samanyargya Sthapana, that step, the next step is Dwara Puja. The meaning of this is Dwara means door, or what do you call the entrance. So English meaning translation of Dwara Puja is worship of the deities of the door. Worship, it is given on the screen, worship of the deities of the door. That is the meaning of Dwara Puja or Dwara Devata Puja. It can be told either way, Dwara Devata Puja or Dwara Puja. Meaning is the same, worship of the deities of the door. So it is all given, you can copy it down or you can photograph it, whatever you do. I am now going to explain what is that Dwara Puja. Okay? What has to be done, how to worship the deities of the door. Yeah. So whenever you want to go to the place of worship, whenever you are going into the temple, so there will be a door and there will be doorkeepers, and here in the temple or in the puja room or the shrine room where we are going to do the worship, so it will be guarded by deities, so worshipping that deity. So wherever you are worshipping, even the door, the place, the entrance, you are divinizing it. That means You are converting, purifying everything. You are creating divinity in that place. Earlier it was just ordinary door. When we are doing this worship of that door, now you are divinizing it. You are deifying it. You are converting, transforming it into a spiritual substance where you will be seeing only God and God. So it is a process of purification. One by one, see, you are entering. Slowly, everything, every place you are in will be purified, and you will be seeing God everywhere. Is the way your mind will be made to see God in every place. There is no place where God doesn't exist. Every place God exists. So in the puja, you will be made to feel the presence of God everywhere, the presence of Atman or consciousness everywhere. That is the process of Dwara Puja. Now we'll start with Dwara Puja. Wherever we have to go through the entrance, isn't it, to that room? So now we are entering, the Dwara is now, the door is converted into divinity. How is it done? What is the process? I gave the explanation. Keep it in your mind. And now we will go to the ritual Dwara Puja. What is to be done? Sprinkle a little water towards the door. Sprinkle a little water towards the door. What is meant by sprinkling? You know what is sprinkling? Take that water which we now converted into we all brought down all the 7 rivers. We have converted into Amrita, nectar. In the Samanyarga, the water is there, either through a flower, or you can keep some darba, this thing, grass into it, or with that kosha, what you have, another small spoon, copper spoon like thing, which you use to pour water, take that with that, or even we can sprinkle it with his fingers. But this dwara, it may be a little far off, so you can take that darba grass or that spoon and throw very respectfully, reverentially, that water towards the door, wherever door it might be. In different places, the door may be a different direction. Wherever the door is, you throw towards that door. Okay. What is to be done? What is sprinkle here and hereafter? Whenever sprinkling of water, here afterwards, you have to note that whenever they tell sprinkling of water is mentioned, it is always from the purified water contained in the kosha. I explained about that. By means of either vilva, if you have a vilva leaf there, or if you have a darba grass or a few blades of kusha grass fastened together by a red thread, which is to be kept immersed in the water. So kusha grass also or darba grass can be kept there, and with that also you can throw the water, sprinkle the water. So here afterwards, whenever the word sprinkle comes, the water is from the kosha or that samanya arghya. Okay. So you know how to sprinkle. Little water can be thrown towards the direction of this thing. What is this water? You have transformed into Amrita. What is Amrita? Amrita. Mrita means death. Means without death. What is that which without death? It is consciousness. It is Atman. It is God. So now we already transformed this water into Amrita, and now throwing that water towards the door. So the door is transformed into God consciousness, divinity, divinized. So beautiful concept, isn't it? What a wonderful concept. So they are taking, you are making everywhere you are seeing God, the door, the entrance is made to see God. That is Dwara Devata Puja. Okay. So then offer a flower. What is to be done after sprinkling? So your mind should feel that that is also transformed into Atman, transformed into God, transformed into divinity, transformed into Amrita. So sprinkling a little water towards the door, saying the mantra is to be told. So it is given there, mantra 1. So what is that mantra 1? Om Dwara Devatabhyo Namaha. That is the mantra 1. It is given there. In the screen you can see the mantra 1. So what is that? You have to sprinkling the water. While you are sprinkling the water towards the door, you have to say Om Dwara Devatabhyo Namaha. People who are listening to this conversation, you can now repeat that mantra. It's given in English so that you will not get confused. So the correct mantra is to be chanted. So I will repeat it slowly. You can hear that or record it, or you can also repeat it after me so that you will learn it properly. So shall I repeat the mantra now? Om Dwara Devatabhyo Namaha. Om Dwara Devatabhyo Namaha. Sometimes when you do not know Sanskrit, it may be difficult for you to pronounce together. That's why I'm breaking it little by little and then chanting it so that you can gradually pick it up. So I will tell word by word, I will chant it first. Om Dvara Devatabhyo Namaha. Again, Om Dvara Devatabhyo Namaha. I think you have got the pronunciation. Okay, you have learned how to chant this mantra. What is the simple meaning of this mantra? Dwara Devatabhyo means the deities which are present at the door. Dwara means door, entrance. Devatabhyo means the gods or goddesses which are there at the door. Namaha, for them, it is for them. So you are recognizing that the deities, the divinities, gods and goddesses are there. At the ordinary level, you are thinking the deities are there. Then when the deities, gods and goddesses are there, then you will feel that the door, the entrance is guarded by divinity. Then still deeper if you go, you should see God everywhere. You should see Atman, Amrita everywhere, consciousness everywhere. That is the deeper meaning. At the ordinary level, you are seeing deities, gods or goddesses. You are worshipping them with this water and the mantra. So at that time, you have to feel the deities there. Om Dvara Devatabhyo Namaha. There are not one deity, so many. So Dvara Devatabhyo. Many deities are there. So more than one, it is Dvarati. If there are two, it is Dvivachana. If there are one, Ekavachana. Then more than three and more than three, it is Bahuvachana. So Dvara Devatabhyo Namaha. There are many deities there. So you are offering them. Okay, that water, telling this is for the Dvara Devata. Okay. Now what is to be done after that? You have learnt the mantra, the process, sprinkling the water, everything step by step. Now then offer flower touched with sandal paste towards the dough. I've told you again and again, I will repeat it to drive deep into your mind. Why do we apply sandal paste? Sandal paste that is sticking is indicative of devotion. Devotion always stick on to something. So through devotion, ragatmika, by devotion you will stick yourself to something. Through love you stick yourself, get joined yourself with the beloved, with the child, the mother with the child, child with the mother, like that. So here our beloved whom we are loving here with devotion is God, whomever we are worshipping. So we have to, how should we stick our mind to him? By devotion, bhakti, our love directed towards God is called bhakti, devotion. So this application of sandalwood is always indicative of, which is sticky, is indicative of devotion, bhakti. So whatever you give, whatever you offer to God, it should be offered with devotion. As Krishna, I have told you, repeated that mantra from the Bhagavad Gita, Palam Patram Pushpam Toyam Yome Bhaktya Prayachati. I will receive whatever the devotees give it to me. It may be leaf, it may be flower, it may be water, it may be fruits or anything. I'm not bothered about what they are giving. That is not important. Whatever given with devotion, I accept it. Yome bhaktya prayachati. So that is important. That's why here everything is to be given with devotion. That's why all the things are applied with sandal paste. So if the mantra with all the things, the what do you call that term called Sachandana will be used. Sachandana means with sandal paste. That means with devotion, with bhakti. So then offer a flower touched with sandal paste towards the dough with the mantra. So you have to take a flower, touch it, dip it in, or apply sandal paste, red and white. Then you can very reverentially, should not just throw like a stone or something. You have to throw it take it and put it with reverence, with devotion towards the dough. Because you cannot get up from the puja and go there and keep it there. So you can throw it very reverentially towards the door. Okay. Here afterwards you have to note, when we are giving flower to the gods and goddesses, we have seen the priests and other people doing puja in a very rough way. It should be done very softly with great devotion. They'll be throwing it to the deity. It will hurt. So you should be very careful. I have seen while I was going to inaugurate one temple, I was taken as a sadhu sannyasin. That was long back to one temple. At that time, they were throwing flowers at me. So when I was coming, the children there, the young children, the fallen flowers they would take, and it was a game for them. They used to throw that flower aiming at my head or something. It would hurt me. So if that was the case, maybe God showed that to me to make me understand that while you are giving flower, you have to give it softness with God, tenderness. It should not be throwing the flower at the deity. You should be offering it very, maybe God knew that I'll be taking this puja class, I'll be teaching, and at the time I have to tell the devotees. That's why He made me that boys throw flowers. The what do you call that? What's it called? Gyanda fool or chandu? What is it called? Mm, in English, marigold flowers. So they used to aim and throw at me. So it would hurt me a little. Likewise, while offering to God, we should give that with lot of devotion, soft way, tender way. That is to be noted. Okay. So don't throw and forcefully do that in a rough way. It is puja is all you to be very tender with devotion and with love. You have to give it. Okay. Then offer the flower touch with sandal piece towards the door with the mantra. What is the mantra? It is given there. Mantra 2. I have given there just like first one, mantra 1, then mantra 2. So what is that? But in that mantra 2, you can read it there. It is there in English. I am now, because it's in Sanskrit, you cannot understand. Many of you will not understand Sanskrit. I have given the English term there. Now I will repeat the mantra. What is the mantra? Om ete gandha pushpe dwaradevatabhyo namaha. I will repeat it again. Please repeat it after me. Om ete gandha pushpe dwaradevatabhyo namaha. Ete means this. The two things are there. What is the two things here? Dvivachana. Ete pushpe. That is all dvivachana. Two things are there. If two things are there, then you will use dvivachana in Sanskrit language. So now what are the two things? Gandha and pushpa. Sandal paste and flower. There are two things. That's why we are using dvivachana. So if it is only one gandha, then it will be ekavachana. If there are three or so many other things, then it is bahuvachana. So now there are only two things, flower and sandal paste. So ete, these two, gandha and pushpa, dwaradevatabhyo namaha. I am offering that to the deities of the door, dwaradevatas. I am offering, that is the meaning. I have told the meaning, I have told the pronunciation of the mantra, and what is to be done. Take that flower, smear or dip it in sandal paste, both red and white, and that very gently throw towards the door to worship the deities at the door. I will again repeat that mantra. Please repeat it after me. Om ete gandha pushpe dwaradevatabhyo namaha. So how it is to be chanted fast? I did it slow. Now Om ete gandha pushpe dwaradevatabhyo namaha. Did you repeat it? Okay. We'll go to the next thing. Offer a flower touch with sandal paste towards the southwest corner. Southwest corner. See, we have given, that's why the direction on the screen, you can see the direction. Southwest corner is called in Sanskrit, southwest corner is called Nairutya Kona. Nairutya. The direction, the name of the direction is Nairutya. Southwest corner, Nairutya Konaha. So I have indicated that, and all the other direction we have given, we shall have a look at that. The north is called Uttara Kona. South is called Dakshina. Dakshina Kona. Kona means direction. Corner or direction. So south is Dakshina, north is Uttara, then east where the sun rises is Purva, then where the sun sets, that is the west, is called Paschima. You can repeat that after me. North where the Himalayas or Shiva Kailas Parvata lives, that is the north or north pole. It's called Uttara. North direction is called Uttara. Did you repeat it? Then the south direction in Sanskrit it is called Dakshina. See, now together you are learning Sanskrit too. The Sanskrit terminologies you can repeat it. Uttara is north, Dakshina is south. Then the sun rises in the east, that is Purva. Then sun sets in the west, that is west. Paschima, Purva, Paschima, Uttara, Dakshina. The direction are there. In between these directions, there are some more directions that is also written there. between north and east, east, northeast. It is called Ishanya Kona. It is written there in English, and also the Sanskrit term is also given there. You can note it or you can write it down. Then between east and south, you can see there is one more direction, Kona, that is southeast. There will be some deities guarding that direction. So Agneya, that is the direction of the Agni god, fire god, Agni. So it's called Agneya. Southeast corner is called Agneya. The south, Dakshina, where the god of death, who is Yama, who resides, that is Dakshina. Then west south corner, you can see southwest is, that is Nairutya, where we have to now throw the flowers towards. What for, I will tell you, but first we will note those directions. Then another direction is left over in between west and north, that's called northwest. So what is the term for northwest in Sanskrit? It is Vayavya, Vayu, god Vayu. That's the direction of the Vayu god. So Vayavya, Ishanya, this is Vayavya, northwest Vayavya. So Vayavya, northwest. Then Ishanya. What is Ishanya? Northeast. Remember that. Then you can also copy it, or you can write it down, or you can have the photograph of this. Then Agneya, southeast. Then southwest Nairutya. Then northwest Vayavya. These are all the different directions. Then other than these direction, see there are 10 direction. Now how much did we get it? 4 plus 4, 8. Then how did it become 10? Two more directions. This is all somewhat like two dimensional. The another this thing is up and adaha upari, up and down, above and below. These are also two direction which has to be included. So these are all the 10 directions. We have told all these 8 direction. Adaha, below, upari, again top. So these are the 2 directions extra. Totally it is 10 direction. Dasha konaha, 10 directions. So you have to keep all this in mind. It will be used in puja and all other purposes too. In Sanskrit, you have to know all these things. It's in Sanskrit languages. These are used. Okay. Now we have got the 10 direction. In that, in our puja, in Dwardevata puja, where the deity has to be worshipped, it is South Nairutya. Wherever you are sitting, you can see which are the direction, north, east, west, south, and southwest is Nairutya. Towards that, wherever in whichever puja hall or your puja hall you are sitting, in that towards the side southwest direction, that is Nairutya, you have to place the flower. What is that? Offer a flower touched with sandal paste towards the southwest corner, Nairutya Kona, saying mantra. What is the mantra? The third mantra. You can see that it is there. The third mantra on the screen. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Brahmane Namaha. The Nairutya Kona you are offering to Brahma. You are offering that to Brahma. So what is the mantra? Om Ete. Repeat it. Gandha Pushpe Brahmane Namaha. I am offering this flower touched smeared with sandal paste to God Brahma. Will you repeat that mantra again? Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Brahmane Namaha. Okay? We will again repeat it because these are mantra. We have to make correct pronunciation. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Brahmane Namaha. So the N here is not the ordinary N. It is Ana. Na is different. Ana is different. That's why there will be below Brahmane Ana. It is Brahmane Namaha. Okay, while we are using and, it's not and, na, nasal sound na, but it is deeper one. It is and, ana. So that ana, Brahmane Namaha. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Brahmane Namaha. While you are telling Gandha, it is Mahaprana. It is not Gandha. It is the second one. The Dha. Mahaprana. You are using more energy. That's called Mahaprana. If you use less energy, it is Alpa Prana. So Gandha Pushpe Brahmane Namaha. Okay. That is the mantra. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Brahmane Namaha. Now going forward, saying this mantra, keeping that flower at the Nairutya Kona, that is the southwest corner. You have to say this mantra. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Brahmane Namaha. Then another flower also is to be offered, that is for another deity, and that is Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Vastu Purushaya Namaha. Shall we repeat it? There is one more deity a demigod called Vastu Purusha. So we have to offer the flower to Vastu Purusha. I will explain in detail about Vastu Purusha in the next class because we have very little time left now. So it is only another, we have just 7 minutes or 6 minutes. So I will not go into the detail of explanation what is this Vastu Purusha. If possible, if God permits me, then in the next class I am going to explain what is this Vastu Purusha, concept of Vastu and other things. Now we'll just offer the flower. What is that saying? Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Vastu Purushaya Namaha. Will you please repeat it after me? I am telling the mantra. That is the fourth mantra. Om Ete. These two, that is the flower and the sandal paste. Gandha Pushpe. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Vastu Purushaya Namaha. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Vastu Purushaya Namaha. Vastu Purushaya Namaha. To Vastu Purusha I am offering what? Gandha and Pushpa. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Vastu Purushaya Namaha. These two flowers are to be given to Brahma and Vastu Purusha towards the Nairutya Kona, that is southwest corner. Okay, it's clear. Now we have finished this step. What is the step we finish now? The Dwara Devata Puja or Dwara Puja. That's over. So I will tell about Vastu Purusha in the next class. And now what is the next step? The next step, we are going to the next step, that is Bhutapasaranam. Bhutapasaranam. Can you repeat this step? Bhutapasaranam. The next step is Bhutapasaranam. Okay, you have repeated that. I have told you 3 times. Again, I will tell it. Bhutapasaranam, because we have given the picture just now. So I will make you repeat it again. It is not the first bhu, alpa prana. It is mahaprana. You are using more energy. Bhu, bhuta, bhutapa, bhutapasaranam. Okay. Bhutapa saranam. See again here 2 modes in the vowels. We have with in 1 unit of time. 1 unit of time in Sanskrit is called matra, just like we tell in seconds. That is called 1 unit of time in Sanskrit is called matra. We use 1 unit of time, that is 1 matra, then it is called alpa prana. That vowel is called alpa prana. Then if the vowel is pronounced with 2, if you take 2 unit of time, 2 matra, then it is mahaprana. If you use more than 2, then it is called pluta. For example, a, alpa prana, only 1 unit of time. A, 2 matra, then it becomes a, that is 2 matra, it is mahaprana. Sorry, I am very sorry, it is not alpa prana, mahaprana. I made a confusion, it is dirgha and swarita. I am very sorry for that. That is a prana means energy. This is the time, unit of time. 1 unit of time, it is called hraswa. I am very sorry for that mistake. It is hraswa. 1 unit of time, the what you call the vowel pronounced. If we take 1 unit of time, it is called hraswa. Then if you take 2 unit of time, it is dirgha. Then if you take more than 2 unit, 3 and more, it is called pluta. A, that is the dirgha. Then more than 3 unit, it's called pluta. Only 1 unit of time, that is hraswa. 2 unit of time, it is dirgha. Then if you take more unit of time, it is that is pluta. Like that, any vowel, if chanted like this, it's called hrasva dirgha pluta. Now here bhu is mahaprana, bhu ta, it is 2 units, so it is called dirgha. Bhuta, it is not hrasva, bhuta, it is bhuta pa sa, again that is dirgha nam, bhuta pasaranam. So now you got the pronunciation correct. Okay, it is bhu ta pa, bhutapa saranam, bhutapa saranam. Okay, you should catch the pronunciation correctly. That is the next step. What is the meaning of that? Don't get afraid. Protection against obstacles from the spirits, the ghosts and hobgoblins and other. If there are any bad spirits or negative energies in the room where you worship or in that particular place, to take them away, to put them out. you have to do this. Okay, wherever you are, if you feel that there are some things, some bad negative energies, by this mantra, by doing this process, you can uh, send them out, all that bhutas. So this is the mantra used to send the ghosts and spirits away. So you can use it in your house or wherever place you want to purify and take away the bad energies, the negative energies. You can use this mantra. If you do that, they go away. What is that? It's called bhuta apasaranam. So bhuta has many meanings. The first meaning, generally it is used as elements. Agni, Vayu, then what do you call Akasha, Akashad Vayu, Vayu, Agni, Agni, Apaha, Apah, Prithvi. So Agni, Vayu, Apaha, that this thing, everything, this Akasha, Vayu, Apaha, water, then Prithvi, the earth. So all these things are called elements. Five elements are there. So that is also called bhuta. Then ghosts and spirits are also called bhuta. Then another meaning of bhuta is any living being. Any living being is also called bhuta. So these three meanings are to be noted at different context. The three things will be used. Here in this context, bhuta is the spirits and hobgoblins. Shiva's another name is Bhutapati. Two meanings can be applied there. Bhuta is his followers. He is the lord of all the spirits, the ghosts, hobgoblins, and other things. So that's why it's called Bhutapati. Another meaning of Bhutapati for Shiva, Bhutanatha means is the lord of all living beings. Both the meanings are given to Shiva and Bhutapati. So here Bhutapasaranam means we are sending out all the negative spirits, negative energies. That is the meaning. The spirits, the ghosts, the hobgoblins, and other negative energies, negative spirits are to be sent out. That is, this is the process. Okay. So bhuta apasaranam, protection against obstacles. If they are creating an obstacles from the spirits, taking some rice in the left hand. Akshata, I told you akshata. Akshata means unbroken rice. It should not be broken. Full rice. Then you can add some rice. You can take very little ghee, very little, clarified better. Very little means very little, a pint, this much. Then mix that with the rice. Then you can put turmeric or you can put vermilion. So then mix it up. So it becomes akshata. It may be golden in color or red in color, or some people may not use any this turmeric or ghee or anything. Just washed rice, wet rice will be used. That's all. Washed rice also can be used. That's also used as akshata. Either of the thing can be done. Okay, akshata. Where did we use in the beginning? We used in the arghya, while making arghya, putting on the bilva leaf, sandal paste, and then in that akshata is put. Okay. Here also we are taking akshata. How much? Taking some rice akshata in the left hand, like this. In the left hand, you take some and covering it with right. You cover it with right. So this way you cover it with right. Repeat Phat 7 times. Phat, the mantra. See, we have given that the mantra P-H-A-T, Phat, the pronunciation exactly. Sanskrit it is written as P and T, half T. So that is Phat, P-H-A-T, Phat. It's not Phat, it is Phat, P-H-A-T, Phat. That's the mantra. So what is this Phat? So the meaning of Phat is, and it is an onomatopoetic onomatopoetic word and used mystically in uttering spells or incantations. In Bhagavata 681, it is given for this word Savisargam Patantam Tat Sarvadikshu. Savisargam Patantam Sarvadikshu Vinirdishet. So here it is used as mystical uttering spells or incantation in Bhagavata. The same meaning comes in Vajasaneyi Samhita in Vedas. Phat is used in the same meaning. What is that meaning? Onomatopoetic word. In also Atharva Veda also this is used Phat, and it is used in Taittiriya Aranyaka also. It is used as onomatopoetic word. It is used as a mystical syllable used in incantation. A mystical syllable used in incantation, that is Phat. Okay, you got the meaning of Phat. It is used to what you call send away something, some deeper meaning. See, it is not only used in our Vedas, it is not only used in our Tantras, it is used in some other place. What is that? The other place we are using is Phat is pronounced as a single syllable, but in Indic scripts must technically be written as two character per two half to Phat. So it's called Phat, two character in Indic scripts. There are two examples of Phat as a single character below. In Buddhistic Tantra, it is used in Buddhism too. In Buddhistic Tantra, it functions in the same way as a seed syllable, Bija Mantra. It is used as one word, Phat. But in our Indic character, it is used as two letters, Pa and two half ta, Phat. So in Buddhistic Tantra, its function is the same way as the seed syllable, Bija Mantra, and is often associated with the mantras of wrathful deities. It is used as a mantra, said mantra in the wrathful, fierce deities. Okay. So the word Phat means something like crack, not the crack or the this thing semi crack or half crack. Crack means break, removal, used in the sense of removal, fire, removing it. So crack. The word Phat meaning something like crack is imported from the Vedic tradition to the Buddhistic tradition. In the Vajrasattva mantra, it is added when the mantra is used to subdue demons. In the Vajrasattva mantra in Buddhism, it has been taken from the Vedas. It is added when the mantra is used to subdue demons. This word is used to subdue demons in Buddhism. In Vajrasattva, it is used in this way. Okay, we got our Vedic meaning, we got our Buddhistic meaning, we got from the Bhagavata Purana meaning. So, okay, now we shall end our conversation with a little more in this Bhutapasaranam. So, first we have to repeat this Phat, 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 Phat 7 times, keeping that Akshata in your hand like this, covering it with that. 7 times you can count that and tell that Phat, Phat, that is a mantra to subdue the demons. I told you all the details in that. So that Phat mantra 7 times, keeping count on the fingers of the right hand. Then scatter the rice on all the sides with Naracha Mudra. So it's given the Naracha Mudra in two direction. You can see that Naracha Mudra. Naracha Mudra, it is given there. Naracha Mudra, with that, take that thing, the whole Akshata in this way. Naracha Mudra, you throw this. So while throwing that water, throwing in all the directions, scatter the rice on all sides with Naracha Mudra. The name of the mudra is Naracha Mudra. Naracha Mudra. The mudra name it's given. The mudra is also there. Naracha Mudra. Okay, Naracha Mudra. So chanting the following mantras, ringing the bell. So you have to ring the bell. Now I will end this telling the mantra used to ring the bell and explain the meaning next time in the next class. What is the mantra used while ringing the bell? It gives you this thing, but in our tradition they don't tell that mantra, but you should know it. What is the mantra used? That the mantra is Agamartantu Devanam. While ringing the bell, you have to chant this mantra. Agamartantu Devanam Gamanartantu Rakshasam. Gamanartantu Rakshasam. Kurve Gantaravam Tatra. Kurve Gantaravam Tatra. Devatahvana Lanchanam. Devatahvana Lanchanam. What is the meaning? I ring this bell indicating the invocation of divinity so that virtuous and noble forces enter home or heart or the shrine, and the demoniac and evil forces will depart from without depart. So whatever the demoniac faces are there externally, they have to, and internally they have to go away. Agamartantu Devanam. Gods, it is for the invitation for the gods to come in. Gamanartantu Rakshasam, for the demons, the spirits and the evil spirits to go away. Gamanartantu. Kurve Gantaravam, I make the sound of the bell. Tatra Devatahvana Lanchanam. By ringing the bell, it is Devatahvana Lanchanam. Devata Ahvana means invitation for the gods. Lanchana, it's a symbol for the invocation of gods, good forces for coming. So when you hear the Ganta, the Devatas will be pleased and they will come. And they can't, the bad forces, negative forces, the negative energies like ghosts, spirits, and demons, they cannot bear the sound of the bell. So when they hear the bell sound, they will run away, they will go away. So that's why we ring the bell. That is the meaning. Okay, I ring this bell indicating the invocation of divinity so that virtuous and noble forces enter home and heart and the shrine, and the demoniac evil forces from without, that is externally and internally, they will depart, they will go away. That's the meaning. I've given the meaning, I've given the mantra, and we will discuss about that in the next class because we have already taken a lot of time. Thank you. We will meet next Tuesday, sorry, Monday for the puja class again. Until then, we will take leave with the closing mantra. Om Priyatam Pundarikakshaha Sarvayagneswaro Harihi Tasmin Stushte Jagattushtam Pridite Prinitam Jagat Harihi Om Tatsat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu